Rising dramatically from the gentle plains of northeastern Wyoming, Devil's Tower captures both awe and curiosity. Its towering vertical walls and flat top have made it a remarkable landmark for centuries, but its significance goes far beyond its stunning geology. For many Native American tribes, including the Lakota, Cheyenne, and Kiowa, this ancient monolith holds sacred meaning, intricately woven into their spiritual and cultural histories. Long before settlers named or mapped it, this site was a place for ceremonies, prayers, and legends. One such tale speaks of a giant bear, whose claws carved deep grooves into the rock while chasing children who were miraculously lifted to safety by divine forces. In 1906, Devil's Tower was recognized as the first U.S. national monument, yet its importance to indigenous peoples remains deep and irreplaceable. This is the story of a tower born from fire and myth, where natural beauty and sacred traditions continue to coexist harmoniously. Chapter 1: The Sacred Land Before Time. Devil's Tower stands tall and proud against the backdrop of northeastern Wyoming, its impressive columns of igneous rock stretching toward the sky as if challenging the very earth. This stunning natural formation is not just a geological marvel, it holds deep spiritual significance. Long before explorers and settlers arrived, indigenous peoples regarded the tower as sacred ground. The story of Devil's Tower began millions of years ago when molten rock forced its way upward, gradually cooling into the majestic columns we see today. Over the ages, wind and water have shaped the surrounding landscape, leaving the tower as a solitary guardian over the plains. For many Native American tribes, such as the Lakota, Cheyenne, and Kiowa, this land was filled with power and mystery. It was more than just a rock, it was a living entity, intricately woven into their creation stories and spiritual beliefs. The tower became a site for prayer, ceremonies, and a connection to the natural world. Its towering presence was viewed as a bridge between earth and sky, a sacred space where humans could reach out to spirits and seek guidance. The expansive landscape, with its wide-open skies and rolling hills, only deepened the sense of reverence and wonder. Devil's Tower was never merely a landmark, it was a hallowed place that shaped the identity and traditions of the people who called this land home, a sacred space that has withstood the test of time through countless generations. Chapter 2: The Legend of the Giant Bear. Among the many tales surrounding Devil's Tower, one legend truly captivates with its rich imagery and spiritual significance. This story, passed down by the Kiowa, Lakota, and Cheyenne tribes, recounts the adventure of a group of young girls who were playing at the foot of the towering rock when a giant bear suddenly appeared. The bear chased after them, its enormous claws tearing into the earth and scraping against the rock as it pursued the frightened children. In a moment of desperation, the girls climbed up the tower, praying fervently for help. Miraculously, their prayers were answered as the rock began to rise, lifting them safely out of the bear's reach. The bear's furious attempts to scale the tower left behind deep vertical grooves etched into the stone, marks that are still visible today. According to the legend, these grooves are the bear's claw scratches, serving as a lasting reminder of that fateful encounter. This story holds profound meaning for the tribes, symbolizing protection, the strength of faith, and the sacred bond between people and nature. It transcends mere myth, it teaches us about respecting the land and the powerful forces that shape it. The legend of the giant bear continues to evoke awe and reverence, reminding everyone who hears it of the living spirit that resides within Devil's Tower. Chapter 3: Echoes of the Ancestors. The tales surrounding Devil's Tower have been passed down through the ages, woven into the fabric of indigenous oral tradition, a crucial way for these communities to keep their history and culture alive. Elders and storytellers share these legends not just for entertainment, but to impart valuable lessons about nature, morality, and spirituality. The sacred stories of the giant bear and the children, the tower's creation, and the spirits that dwell in the land act as a vital link between the past and the present. Ceremonies and rituals conducted near the tower strengthen these ties, as tribes gather to pay tribute to their ancestors and honor the land's significance. With great reverence, they perform songs, dances, and prayers, ensuring that the spirit of this place remains vibrant and alive. These traditions underscore the profound connection between the people and their environment, highlighting the importance of stewardship and respect. Through the art of storytelling and the power of ceremony, the legacy of Devil's Tower is preserved. It's more than just a rock, it stands as a living emblem of cultural identity and spiritual resilience. The voices of the ancestors echo in every tale told about the tower, keeping its sacred essence alive in a world that is constantly changing. Chapter 4: Encounter with the Invaders. When European settlers arrived in the area, everything changed for the land around Devil's Tower and the native peoples who had revered it for generations. As explorers and pioneers made their way west in the 1800s, they often overlooked the deep spiritual meaning the tower held for indigenous communities. For many settlers, it was just a striking natural landmark, something to be named and mapped, rather than a sacred site deserving of respect. In 1875, Colonel Richard Irving Dodge dubbed it Devil's Tower during a military expedition, a name that many native tribes found disrespectful and hurtful. This renaming was part of a larger trend of cultural misunderstanding and a lack of respect for indigenous beliefs. Settlers began to establish towns, ranches, and mining operations in the area, gradually encroaching on lands that had been home to the Lakota, Kiowa, and Cheyenne for centuries. Even in the face of these challenges, native communities continued to visit and honor the tower, holding on to their traditions despite the threats to their way of life. The encounter with the settlers marked a significant turning point, laying the groundwork for future conflicts over land, culture, and sacred rites. Yet, the spiritual bond with Devil's Tower remained strong, fueled by resilience and faith. Chapter 5: A Monumental Decision. Back in 1906, President Theodore Roosevelt made a groundbreaking proclamation that would forever alter the future of Devil's Tower. Acknowledging its stunning geological features and breathtaking beauty, he declared it the very first national monument in the United States. This move was part of Roosevelt's larger conservation mission, aimed at safeguarding natural landmarks for everyone to enjoy and protect. By establishing the national monument, he helped shield the tower from the threats of private development and exploitation that loomed over many other natural sites. Yet, this designation didn't fully take into account the deep spiritual significance the site held for Native American tribes. While the national monument status did protect the land itself, it also brought about new challenges as the federal government took charge. Suddenly, the area became a hotspot for tourists and climbers, often without much thought for the sacred traditions that had surrounded the tower for generations. Despite these challenges, Roosevelt's proclamation was a significant milestone in recognizing America's natural heritage. Devil's Tower's new status as a national monument opened the door for a broader audience to appreciate its magnificence, but it also sparked ongoing discussions about cultural respect, preservation, and finding the right balance between public enjoyment and spiritual reverence. Chapter 6: Climbing Toward Controversy. Devil's Tower has long been a magnet for rock climbers, lured in by its steep columns and stunning vistas. Since the early 1900s, adventurers have been testing their mettle on the tower's natural routes, turning it into one of the most iconic climbing spots worldwide. Yet, this thrilling pastime hasn't come without its share of controversy. For many Native American tribes, climbing the tower is seen as a sign of disrespect, as it disrupts the sacred essence of the site. The tower is still a vital place for prayer and ceremony, and seeing climbers during these significant times can be quite distressing for indigenous visitors. In light of this, there have been ongoing conversations and agreements aimed at limiting climbing in June, a month when many tribes conduct important ceremonies. This compromise seeks to strike a balance between public access and honoring spiritual traditions. Even with these efforts, tensions persist, reflecting larger issues surrounding cultural preservation, land use, and respect. The debate over climbing at Devil's Tower goes beyond just recreation, it's about recognizing history, spirituality, and the rights of native peoples. This ongoing conversation sheds light on the intricate relationship between nature, culture, and contemporary use. Chapter 7: Guardians of the Tower. Today, Devil's Tower is not just a stunning natural landmark, it also represents cultural resilience and a commitment to stewardship. Indigenous activists, tribal leaders, and park rangers join forces to safeguard both the physical site and its spiritual significance. These guardians of the tower highlight the need to honor the sacredness of the land while still allowing visitors to appreciate its beauty in a thoughtful manner. Tribal representatives regularly hold ceremonies at the site, fostering public awareness and education about the tower's deeper meaning beyond its remarkable geology. Park officials work hand in hand with native communities to manage access, particularly during times of spiritual importance, ensuring that traditions are respected. Their efforts include interpretive programs, informative signage, and outreach initiatives that promote cultural sensitivity. These guardians continually navigate the challenge of balancing preservation with public interest, advocating for stronger protections and a greater understanding of the site. Their unwavering dedication keeps the spirit of Devil's Tower vibrant, reminding everyone who visits that this place is more than just a landmark, it is a living cultural treasure that thrives on respect, collaboration, and shared responsibility. Chapter 8, Where Legends Live On. Devil's Tower continues to evoke a sense of wonder and respect, standing tall as a powerful emblem of resilience and cultural heritage. Its majestic form serves as a reminder to everyone who gazes upon it that the land is rich with stories that are far older and deeper than any man-made monument or tourist spot. The legends that have been shared through generations remain alive, linking people to their history and fostering a deep respect for the natural world. As today's visitors hike, snap photos, and explore the surroundings, the spirit of the tower lives on through the voices and rituals of native communities. These traditions help to keep the site sacred, transforming it from just a geological oddity into something much more meaningful. Devil's Tower imparts valuable lessons about balance, between nature and humanity, between preservation and accessibility, and between ancient beliefs and modern life. The story of the tower is one of endurance, faith, and an ongoing conversation. It stands as a powerful reminder of the lasting impact of storytelling, where myths and history intertwine to shape our identities and memories. In this way, Devil's Tower is not just a national monument, it's a vibrant legacy where legends continue to thrive. Devil's Tower is truly a stunning symbol of the deep ties between nature, culture, and spirituality. It's not just a breathtaking geological feature, it holds the sacred stories and traditions of the Native American tribes that have honored it for generations. From the tale of the giant bear to the ongoing rituals that celebrate its spirit, the tower stands as a vibrant emblem of resilience and faith. When it was named America's first national monument, it gained protection, but this also brought challenges in finding the right balance between public access and respect for indigenous beliefs. Nowadays, through collaboration and increased awareness, efforts are underway to safeguard both the site itself and its rich cultural importance. Devil's Tower beckons all visitors to experience not just a natural marvel but a profound legacy where ancient tales and contemporary stewardship beautifully intertwine.